Thank you, Professor Lim's kind introduction. As a member of the organizing committee, I will thank all of you, the participants, attend this symposium, and also thank you all of you still stay here. Okay, today I'll just talk about enterovirus in neonates. This is my take-home message as an introduction. Okay, enterovirus in neonates is very common and should be considered as a differential diagnosis of febrile neonates, particularly during the enterovirus season. So the seasonality is very important. Most commonly associated serotype with neonatal enteroviral sepsis include just the Professor Lim's introduction is B group and echoviruses. Both groups are categorized Enterovirus-B. Manifestation of a neonate range from ampular infection to overwhelming systemic illness and even death. So it can also cause death. Most severe case presentation as hepatic necrosis with coagulopathy, medical encephalitis, and myocarditis. So it's quite different from those as HEV-71 and B68. So timely diagnosis of severe disease is very critical for febrile outcome. How to timely diagnosis? One is awareness of the clinical syndrome. Also, recognition of risk factor and monitor parameters associated with severe cases. Also, use rapid RT-PCR to test and also test the viral loads. Finally, maybe early IVIG treatment help reduce morbidity and mortality. But the antiviral agent, Pleconaril, is useful or not, we will just discuss in the finally. The epidemiology of enterovirus infection newborn, you can see, I just mentioned, is a frequent etiology of non-specific febrile illness in young infants. It's the enterovirus accounted for 24, just one quarter to more than half of the cases enrolled. But the study is very markedly related to serotypes circulating and the age of infant population enrolled and also geographic in the season study. So it's quite different, the proportion of non-specific febrile illness for the study. From the data from National Enterovirus Surveillance System in the US, during the 20 years, neonates, the enterovirus from neonates accounted for more than 10% of all enterovirus identified. Of these, echovirus and B2 and B5 is most common identified. You can see here is the data from neonates in more than 1 month of age. Most cases here, the number one is equal 11, and the other is B2 and B group. We just showed epidemiology data from the Netherlands study just published this year. They recruit the infants less than 3 months of age, presenting as sepsis-like in the secondary care children's hospital. They detect enterovirus in the plasma and also CSF. You can see here, from the eligible infants, more than 300 infants, finally identified as enterovirus is 37%. So you can see here during for young infant less than 3 months of age, had fever and presenting as sepsis-like, enterovirus accounted for more than 1/3. And also the categorized is again enterovirus B group accounted for more than 90%. This year, just yesterday, medical officer Dr. Loeb showed this year in Taiwan, we identified echoviruses virus outbreak in Taiwan. So you can see here the severe cases, reported severe cases 10 in this year. And all these cases are caused by echovirus. This echovirus age distribution, 8 of 10 cases are less than 1 month of age. The other 2 cases more than 1 year old. The presentation is quite different. So enterovirus infection in neonate is not uncommon. How the enterovirus infection transmission in the newborn? Most cases is intrapartum. Intrapartum is mean the baby born through the vagina. The process is intrapartum. Most cases here infection, but some cases can have antenatal plus transplacental transmission. Most of these can cause severe disease, but this is depend on onset of disease. But some cases can acquire postnatally. It can expose the secretion, close contact of baby, or all from household members. But some cases, baby maybe from the mother, even view breast milk. This is our study. 10 years ago, we detect two neonates. The mother's milk had detected causative B3. Both mothers had a febrile illness, and virus identified from the mother. At 100% nucleic sequence identified to the corresponding neonatal virus, and the causative B virus can persist 12 to 14 days after onset of illness. You can see here, not detected by real-time PCR, but also by the virus culture. So it means the breast milk is infectious, so can transmit it to the newborns. And in addition to household transmission in the community, but sometimes there is nasal outbreak. Just a medical officer Law said yesterday. It's true, some nosocomial outbreak can disseminate enterovirus in the neonatal care unit. But most cases, the index case most commonly from the newborn vertical transmission from the mother. The other exposure infants, the attack rate is quite high, from 20% to 50%. We can see there's a outbreak database, the worldwide database. In till 2012, there's nearly 500 neonatal outbreak. 10% caused by originated by virus, and but the detection increased gradually, because I think this recognition is very important. Previously, we don't any idea about the virus, but increasing, we understand that the virus is important, so the identification of virus outbreak increase. We can see here the enterovirus, the number 3, followed by Rota and RSV. And in each outbreak, we can see involve average 10 cases. This is not uncommon. And the cases account for 5 days. The death rate nearly 5%. So enterovirus in the nursery or neonatal units is also very important in the maybe in the infection control is very important, but it's not easy. But in Taiwan, there's at least 2 outbreaks in the neonate have been published. But this year, there's also actually three small clusters of cases in the neonate. This is previous is a neonatal echoviruses outbreak in an OBS clinic. In this case, in this outbreak, 13 cases in the OBS clinic. 1 died, and all the other cases had residual hepatic impairment. So the other is the outbreak HEV-B. This is in the nursery, it's a postpartum nursery, but just involve 7 cases. But most cases caused by HEV-B is not severe. So HEV-B in the nursery, in the newborn, is not severe than echovirus or causative B. How about the clinical manifestation of enterovirus infection? I just mentioned it's range from quite range. It's from asymptomatic to severe cases. The common presentation is just fever or hypothermia, even not without body temperature change, just irritability, discharge, or anorexia, even just presenting as jaundice. And then most cases have a benign cause, and the fever resolves several days, and other symptoms resolved within 1 week. But some can present as severe disease. I just mentioned severe disease myocarditis associated with high mortality rates, and among the survivors can develop dilated cardiomyopathy. The most presentation is hepatitis with coagulopathy. These cases can occur alone or combined with myocarditis and medical encephalitis. Again, most of these cases are associated with echovirus and causative B group. Initially, just the same. Within 1 to 2 days, hypocoagulation with ecchymosis, bleeding, and puncture site may appear, and then anemia, prolonged PTPD, coagulopathy develop later, and sometimes develop a fulminant cause, and then with high mortality. And also, just the Echo-11 outbreak in Taiwan, one developed cirrhosis and chronic hepatic insufficient care among the survivors. This year, from the Echo-11 severe cases reported to CDC, 8 cases, we can see most cases onset within 1 week or months. So most severe cases, the onset is very early, and presentation is sepsis-like and hepatitis with coagulopathy. Most cases present multi-organ failure. 2 cases present myocarditis. The lab data, we can see the natal platelet level is just 10, and the peak INR increased. Coagulopathy is very prominent. Peak AST level and peak ALT level. Mortality rate is quite high. 7 among the 8 cases eventually died. The interval from onset to death is average is 7 days. So these cases in newborn in this year, the mortality is quite high, but distribution in different areas of Taiwan. How to identify significant associated factor with severe cases, I think is very important. In our previous study, first authored by the chairperson, Professor Lin, it's a 10 years period. We identified more than 100 cases. Most cases causative B group, and we can classify three categories. One is just non-specific febrile illness. One is ascitic meningitis. Its most severe case is hepatic necrosis with coagulopathy. Of the severe cases, some cases occur concurrent ascitic meningitis, concurrent myocarditis, and the mortality case is 10, around 1/4 of mortality cases. This here, you can see the most severe cases presented within 7 days of life. So early onset is a severe sign. Okay, by multi-objective regression analysis, the most significant factor associated with hepatic necrosis and coagulopathy is prematurity, maternal history of illness. So the history taking for the mother is very important. Again, earlier age of onset, higher white count and lower hemoglobin level. And compared with only hepatic necrosis cases, the fatal cases associated factor is total bilirubin height and also concurrent myocarditis. So this risk factor should be kept in mind and follow the patients. Also, during 2005 outbreak of causative B3, we tried to detect the blood serum, the blood Enterovirus viral load. We collected 5 cases as mild cases and severe cases. For severe cases, you can see here the viral load is significantly higher than the mild cases. So I think viral load in blood may correlate the disease severity, but this is just quite few cases. So, but we can see maybe viral load is an early sign can predict disease severity. How to diagnose enterovirus in neonates? For all infectious disease, clinical diagnosis most important. The physician, the clinician must be very alert to the clinical symptom sign. But for enterovirus infection in neonates, most cases initially present non-specific. So the physician high suspicion index is most important. For young infant with fever and sepsis-like, during, again, Enterovirus activity season, so the seasonality important. So enterovirus should be forced to consider in this season. Next is the epidemiology diagnosis. Again, the seasonality and contact and cluster history. Just as I mentioned, the mother history and the family, the household cluster history is also very important. Then, you must do the lab diagnosis, either by viral culture or by RT-PCR. Now, previously, virus culture is the standard, but for the quickly and rapid and also accurate diagnosis, RT-PCR became the gold standard, especially for CNS infection. But again, I just mentioned maybe viral load and associated disease severity. So viral load is also very important. As a management of enterovirus in neonates, most cases I just mentioned is self-limited. But for severe cases, it's very important. Supportive care is the most important. But there's non-proven antiviral option. Just in our hand, just only two, this IVIG, and also maybe some enteroviral agent, just like Pleconaril. We try to retrospect and analyze our data to increase from the 42 cases and 8 more cases in previous one I mentioned the publication. We collected 67 neonates with hepatitis and coagulopathy. And these cases, again, more than 80% disease onset within 7 days of life. And two cases not caused by causality B. I can see here most cases by causality B group. Only 2 cases, echo 4 and echo 6. The other is causality B group, 1, 2, 3, as most cases. And the 50% had concurrently mild hepatitis. 60% received IVIG treatment. Among the 41 events, 29 cases received early IVIG, means within 3 days of onset severe disease. We just define as early IVIG treat. Again, nearly 1/4 of infants eventually die. Some cases without IVIG therapy. We just not provide the detailed analysis data. We just show the multi-logistic regression analysis. We can see again high nadir hemoglobin level and no concurrent myocarditis and early IVIG treat associated with febrile prognosis. In this study, we also found fatal cases significantly associated with higher peak AST level, and also most AST level peaked within 3 days of onset. Reached the peak within 3 days of onset. So the first 3 days is very critical period to identify severe cases. So in this study, we conclude for defined severe cases, serum AST level correlate with the disease severity, and early IVIG therapy may be beneficial for survival. For this finding conclusion in our study, we personally suggest, but not presented in the paper, personally suggest if hepatitis with coagulopathy is likely, maybe frequent follow-up serum AST level, frequent blood droplet within the 3 days of onset, maybe is important. Once the AST level rising, reaching how much I don't know, then initiate IVIG therapy should be considered. Okay, that's the last. I talked about the antiviral agent is Pleconaril. It's an oral administered antiviral agent. He can inhibit enterovirus replication by capsid binding mechanism. He can attain several further high concentration within the CNS system. There's a random-controlled trial for the neonatal sepsis. The leader author is just here, Mark, Professor Mark here. So we can just have discussion with him. The neonate, again, we suspect enteroviral sepsis, onset within less than 15 days of life, and randomly 2 2 to 1 receive oral Pleconaril or placebo. And also serial virologic follow-up and totally 61 subjects were enrolled. Treatment 43 and 18 placebo group. Of these 60 cases, 43 confirmed enterovirus infected. We can see here, but I just showed the quick. You can see here for the Pleconaril group, the virus clear rate totally combined together quickly than the placebo group. You can see here, and also for the all the enrolled cases, the survival rate of Pleconaril group is high survival, but this is a placebo group. However, for enterovirus confirmed cases, so Pleconaril is still high, but not reach the significance, statistically significant. So maybe here some effect, but not reach significant for the confirmed case. But more stratified subgroup, we can see here Pleconaril plus IVIG, the survival rate is quite the highest. The Pleconaril without IVIG here. So generally, Pleconaril is higher than placebo group. So the other is the IC90 is Pleconaril concentration can reach, so it's fine. How about the AE? Most cases is okay. Only 4 cases with AE, 1 in treatment group, the other 3 in the placebo group. So in this study, the conclusion is a shorter time to culture and PCR negative and greater survival among Pleconaril recipient support potential efficacy and warrant further evaluation. This is my last slide. I thank for your attention.